Hi, Unheard Gems. Today we are joined by an incredible artist all the way from Denmark. She goes by the pseudonym Mozaík, and we're so excited to talk with her today. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Super excited to have you on Unheard Gems.
Thank you
So,
so much for inviting me in.
just so everyone on the Unheard Gems side can get to know you a little bit better, can you tell us about your story and background and how you got into music as your career?
Of course, yeah. It's kind of a weird story. I started out as a 10-year-old musical performer, and I just loved singing and performing. And I went to a school called Legoland Show Academy, like kind of a Disney school in singing, dancing, and acting. But then I became older and I thought, well, I need a real job. So I went to the university and I'm actually educated in political science and music business. But, well, I have only been on this market 2 years and I thought, well, this is not me. I gotta do music again. So here I am back to the music business.
And so you've also just done so much beyond music, and how do you see all of your artistic and outside influences coming together to really make you who you are and set you apart as an artist?
Can you repeat it, please?
So I feel like you do a lot outside of music, like you've done dance and acting, and you sing, obviously. And then also you just said political science. So how do you see all of that coming together to really set you apart?
That's a really good question. I ask myself that question every day. Well, that's actually why I call myself Mozaík. This is because I feel being an artist is not just an artist who's singing. For me, it's not like that. For me, being an artist is also showing all your sides, all your, your human being as well. Like, you can have a lot of interests. You can have a lot in your heart that you want to come out with, and that's how I feel. I want to do music because I need to do it, and I want to use music to express myself politically or artistically in any way I would like.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I have to ask why you chose to go by a pseudonym instead of your real name. So what is the real story behind it? Was it an easy fit, or was it sort of a challenge to find a name that really spoke to you?
The Mozaík name actually came because my friend called me and said, hey, I love this name. What do you think? And I was like, no, I don't know. I gotta sleep on it. And the next day I woke up and I'm like, yeah, that's a good name. And it all made sense because my my whole feeling of being split as a person, identity wise. I mean, a mosaic is parts putting together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel like you're an academic, and if you're on the other side feel you're a musician and you're a dancer and you're an actor, then you can take all these pieces and put them together, and this is your personality, some kind of. So it helped me a lot.
For sure. And so what is your process for writing music? Do you feel like it's very similar to a lot of other artists, or do you have your own unique thing?
Well, it depends on the mood and the day, but I really like to go with my producer, Ole, into the studio, and then he takes his piano and he plays lovely, and I feel like making so many melodies. So I could make 5 songs in one song in 1 hour, but we have to finish a song, so so we need to decide which melody we like the best with anyway. But yeah, I mean, I like to make pictures in my head, so we Google funny words and we put them together and we see the music video when we make the song. And that's a funny part of the process, the creative process. I really love that.
Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so you have 2 singles out, and they're A Little More Crazy, which you released last year, and then Keep On, which was your first of hopefully many songs for 2019. So what can you tell us about these 2 songs? And just honestly, for me, Keep On has quickly become one of my favorites so far this year. So you did a really good job with that.
Thank you so much. Well, Keep On is about this thing, finding your own identity. So I talk about ghosts in the closets, closet that want to come out. So it's like your bad sides and all the things that you want to do, but you think you need to do, but you don't want to do it. So if you have to do homework and you don't want to do it, so these represents the ghost, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's a song about identity, and if you're split, you need to do whatever you want, go follow your dreams, and just keep on doing that. That's what the song basically is about.
I love that.
Yeah. And In Love Again, no, wait, not In Love Again, that's not the song. A Little More Crazy, it's about having a boyfriend that you really like him, but you want him to be more crazy with you sometimes. So you just take him and you shake him and you're like, now we gotta do crazy stuff together. And we danced in the whole studio when we made that song. It was a crazy funny day. Yeah.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah, it was.
So looking forward to this year, do you have anything big in the works, and what can your listeners look forward to seeing from you? What do you have in the works for this year, and what can your listeners look forward to seeing from you?
I mean, I have one single coming out in 3 months, and I'm very keen to show this song to my audience, because it's very new, and I think this is one of my favorites, actually, the one that's coming out. And then I have some concerts, and I'm maybe playing a very big gig, but that's kind of surprise. So far I cannot say anything, so
looking forward
I'm
to
very
it.
excited.
And so, sort of shifting away from your music a little bit, can you tell us about the music scene in Denmark and how you think it's affected your music, if at all?
Yeah. Actually, there is one thing I don't like about Denmark, and that is the music taste is sort of different to the international taste, I think. So if you wanna come through, if you wanna start a career, you need to make some kind of music, and then it's not the same music that you can go out with internationally. So from my point of view, you need to distinguish these markets. If you want to come into the Danish market, you need to understand that it's urban and it's more not that feminine, for instance. It's more cool, and I don't know if you have that kind of music taste in the US, but I think the Danish really love that kind of music. So you need to be very where do you want to put your music? Where do you wanna go? Who's your audience?
For sure.
I don't know if I answered.
Oh no, totally. I think it's so interesting to see the different music and radio dynamics in different countries.
Exactly, yeah. It's really interesting. I mean, so far a live performance I've not been performing that much so far, but I'm supposed to this year. But I've been doing a lot of songs in the studio, and also for other artists, but now it's my turn to come out with my own music. So I'm very keen to discover the live market as well now.
That's always exciting.
I've been dancing salsa for 10 years, so it's kind of different to go into the stages and perform something that is not salsa, but I really love it. It's like you can express yourself the way you want to, and I really love the improv dancing. So I try to take that on stage. I bring a dancer on stage as well, and she gives me a lot of energy, and I just love it.
Well, I can't wait to see more videos for this year. So I also have to point out, because I thought this was really cool, on your website you offer workshops and solo lessons in singing, songwriting, performance, and production, and I think that's such an incredible thing that an artist is actually willing to reach out and teach their skill and talent to other people. So what made you decide to actually attempt to teach music as well?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's not that I have the whole week to teach, and it takes a lot of energy to be a teacher as well, but sometimes it's also like a gift because you learn from your students as well. So I've been teaching in singing and songwriting processes for a long time, but actually what I really like right now is teaching in creative leadership. So it's kind of, this is my next project coming up. Teaching school systems, how can you think out of the box? How can you try to be creative? And then I use the music as a platform to show that you can actually learn from the music industry. You can learn from the theater, the improvisational theater. You can learn from the dancing, improvisational dancing, if you know what I mean. So you take these methods from the creative industry and you work with them with companies on schools and try to make them think out of the box. And I really love that.
I think that's amazing. I think that should definitely be incorporated everywhere. I think that there's so many valuable lessons you can learn from crossing disciplines and skills.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we have in Denmark we have a school system that is very, you sit and you learn, you listen, and then maybe you have a case and you do the practical stuff. But I think we could learn from the creative business. The methods there, we can take it further if we want to be more, in terms of being more entrepreneur. How do you call it in
entrepreneurial?
English? Entrepreneurial, exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
And so then, as we're wrapping up, I have to know, if you could recommend to us another artist that you think deserves more recognition and attention right now in the music industry, who would you recommend and why?
Actually, DUA LIPA is one of my favorites right now, but she's so big. But I think I went listening to her 1 year before she really came out. I was very proud of that. Yeah, I really adore her. But if I should talk about an artist that we don't know, well, we have Kaya in Denmark. She's very cool. Have you heard about her?
I haven't yet, no.
Kaya, she's very cool.
Awesome.
Upcoming Danish artist. Yeah.
I'll have to check her out.
Me, myself, right now, I listen a lot to Angie Stone. Wish I Didn't Miss You. Do you know that song? That's good. It's really good. But that's an old song. Let me see if I can find it. Jane, you know her?
I've heard the name. I don't think I've actually taken the time to listen to too much of her music, though.
Now I feel like playing it. Cabana or something. Let me see this. Makeba. Jane Makeba. I'm gonna send it to you.
Amazing, thank you.
That's really cool. And then I have one more I gotta tell you about. I think it's Claire Laffu. I'm gonna send it to you. Claire Laffu. She's a model for Dior and she's coming to Denmark, to the Danish embassy. She's an upcoming artist. She is really good. That's actually my recommendation.
I'll have to check all of them out. They sound amazing. So,
but she's really.
Lastly, for all of our listeners, where can they find you and your music, and is there anything you want to leave us with?
Well, you can find my music in Spotify and all the streaming platforms, and then I have a website called mozaikofficial.com. I would love you to check it out and maybe subscribe to the email. That would be great. I can update you all with my new coming music. And then I also have an Instagram profile, and it's called MØ dot AIK. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
I'm gonna keep on, because I'm gonna keep on, I guess I'm gonna keep on, I guess I'm gonna